Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rokal Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you, I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And, through the Spirit, I was just meditating based on a conversation I had earlier today. That Babylon, aka America, truly is a dangerous place, man. I never meditate upon it because, when you fear the Lord, you really don't have to fear anything else but the Lord, man. Because when you fear the Lord is going to protect you. He's going to put a hedge of protection around you. All right. Actually, let me jump to the book of real quick. I believe it's Sirach chapter 33 and verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. Right? Because, speaking from my point of view and looking at the world and looking at my position, in the world, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, part of the elect number, man. Right? Lord willing, I'm a man of the Lord. So I don't fear things that when you see things about kidnappings and murderings and, shootings and drive-bys, things of that nature, burglaries, and those things are so far removed from my mind, from my worry, that subconsciously I already know that the Lord is going to protect me, man. Now that doesn't mean that I put myself in harm's way to try to tempt the Lord, but nonetheless, speaking in the point of view from people in the world, Babylon is a terrifying place, man. And when you think about it, when you hear stories and rumors about Babylon having, Salaki for the noise though, but if you hear stories about Babylon having like hundreds of miles of underground tunnels where people get trafficked and things of that nature, you hear stories about like 400,000 plus children go missing every year in one nation alone, man. You hear stories about even things like when natural disasters happen and there's no government aid or government services like 911 and police. And what happens, man? It's like the time of Katrina in New Orleans. When Katrina happened in New Orleans, when the levees broke, aka, the rumor is that they were blowing up. But nonetheless, what happened when they were forcing people into the shelters to help protect them, 911 wasn't around, and then there's stories about how rape skyrocketed, man. And why is that, man? Because people didn't fear the Lord. So what happened? Judgment came upon them, man. But, this is why it's important to fear the Lord, man. Because when you read scriptures like Sirach 33 and 1, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord. That word evil really means bad times. So we're going to be protected from evil times. We're going to be protected from bad times as long as we continue doing what we got to do. And what we got to do is basically do what the Lord tells us to do, man. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, so at the end of the day, we really got one job, man. And our job is to do what we're told, man. All right? And if we do what we're told from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, He's going to, put righteous rulers over us. All right? He's not going to put heathen nations. He's not going to put the wicked of the wicked, man, over us and be under subjection under him, man. And this is what happens when the wicked bear rule, man. It's straight chaos, man. There's no order, right? There's no protection, right? But nonetheless, but nonetheless, the lessons about how Babylon truly is a dangerous place, man. All right? But that doesn't mean to be afraid everywhere you go. Just fear the Lord, man, and He'll be your protection, man. He'll be your guide. All right? The book of Psalms, chapter 23, and verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me, Thy rod and Thy staff, they comfort me, man. All right? Even though I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death, man. And that's really talking about America at the end of the day. I'm not going to walk around fearful, man. All right? I'm not going to walk around with fear because the Most High didn't put the spirit of fear in us, man. He didn't make us to be cowards, to be shivering when we hear like about the evil times, because when you watch things like the news and the mainstream media, all they push and promote is fear to help control the people. Because when you're afraid, right, and people know what you're afraid of, they can use that fear to control you, man. Right? If you're afraid of dogs, and I say, yo, you better clean my car before I'll stick a pack of dogs in you. You're gonna clean the car, man. That's a silly example, but nonetheless. But this is what they do, man. Fear is a control mechanism, man. And that's the beautiful thing. The Lord requires you to fear Him, but it's not a control mechanism. It's more like a respect thing, right? The Lord is the author of death. The Lord is the author of life, man. The Lord controls everything, man. So you should fear Him just out of respect of somebody with power of that magnitude, man. And then when you don't fear Him, it's like a respect. At the end of the day, it's offensive, man. All right, let me jump back over to the book of Sirach, chapter 9, and verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. All right. So even though we walk around, but with no fear, when I say we, I mean the people that fear the Lord, starting with the hopeful elect, man. Right? Even though we don't walk around with fear of our hearts, but we still gotta move with wisdom, man. We can't walk around prideful like, man, these niggas ain't gonna touch me. All right, you can feel that way, but you don't move that way, if that makes sense, man. All right, you can feel in a way that the Lord has a hedge of protection around you, and that's righteous, man, because the scriptures talks about that, man. But don't act that way. Don't act like a fool, man. Don't act prideful, man, because at the end of the day, that's tempting the Lord, man. All right. So when you're around people and they have the power to kill, right, don't make no fault. All right, don't offend them on purpose, and thinking that the Lord's going to defend you, because the Lord is not going to defend you if you're being foolish, man. Right, you still got to move with wisdom at the end of the day. And Salakia for the background noise. But let me jump over to the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 22. And I'll start from the top. And David spake unto the Lord Yahweh the words of this song in the day that the Lord had delivered him out of the hand of all his enemies, and out of the hand of Saul, man. All right? Because even though David was dealing with his enemies, man, and being persecuted by Saul, man, he wasn't prideful, man. He wasn't like, man, the Lord's going to defend me. I'm not like, he knew the Lord was going to defend him, but he wasn't arrogant toward Saul, man. All right? He moved with wisdom around Saul. And away from Saul, too, man. He moved with wisdom, man. All right? But, once the Lord delivered him, man, he sang praises, man. And that's how we got to be, man. We always got to be singing the praises of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, even when we're in trouble and when we're out of trouble, man. All right? Verse 2, and he said, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, the power of my rock, in him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower and my refuge, my Savior, thou savest me from violence, right? Because America is that bloody city, man. America is that bloody city, so there's violence everywhere we go, man. All right, but the water Yahweh Shem Yahshai for that hedge of protection, man. And of course, it's lucky. And of course, even men of the Lord, right, are gonna have to give up their lives serving the Lord, man, because it's written about in the prophecy, man. But even then, they'll be protected, man, because they'll be the first one raised with a Mashiach, man. All right. Verse 4, I will call on the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies, man. All right. And this is why we can walk around this place, but with a lack of fear of this place, man. With the lack of fear of death, the lack of fear of famine, man. All right. Because we understand that the Lord is going to deliver us, man. Lord willing, man. Lord willing, we're part of our number. The Lord's going to deliver his elect at the end of the day. All right? And there's no way around it, man. All right? Verse 5, when the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried to my power. And he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter his ears, man. Right. But that's if you're doing his will, man. That's if you're serving him, man. Because you could be in trouble and not doing the will of the Lord. You can call upon him all you want. Your cry won't enter his ears, man. Your cry will actually be an abomination to his ears, man. It says that in the book of Proverbs, man. The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination, man. All right? The Lord is not dealing with any abomination, man. If you dabble with any abomination, man, the Lord is not dealing with you, man. So if you turn your ear away from hearing the law, your prayer is abomination. So you know the Lord's not hearing your prayers, man. All right? It's like the saying in the world, cleanliness is next to godliness, man. So the Lord's not dealing with unclean things, man. All right? The Lord's not dealing with abominable prayers, abominable people, man. All right? Let me jump back over to the book of Psalms, chapter 59. Psalms 59 and 16. But I will sing of thy power, yea, I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the morning, for thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. Right. And so in Jacob's trouble, wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom and knowledge was going to be the stability at times, roughly paraphrasing. But even before Jacob's trouble, the trials and tribulations we're going through, we still got a defense mechanism. But this is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. So even when we're walking through this bloody city, this dangerous place, man, we got nothing to fear, man. All right. But this is why fearing the Lord is important. All right. Think about the millions, the hundreds of millions of people in this place that don't fear the Lord, man. They gotta watch their step. They gotta watch their back. They gotta worry about everything, man. All right. And this is why this place truly isn't a place of rest, even for people that's outside of the truth, outside of the know, man. Because they can never truly rest in Babylon, man. They always gotta worry about something. They always gotta keep a gun on them, keep security cameras on, keep car alarms on, man. Always watch their back, you know. Keep their phone on them just in case something happens, man. Because in the back of their mind, people understand subconsciously that their ass deserves to be destroyed. So they're always expecting judgment to come around the corner, man. All right? But the Wadi Yabashim Yashai for that peace, man. All right? Even though we're walking, you know, in our captivity, in the land of our captivity, in the dangerous land, man. But really, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Karkadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say shalom and a ball.